Welcome everyone to our new show, Wisdom. The show was created for seniors, by seniors, to provide a space for them to talk about matters that matters to them. My name is Keith Arivnwine, and I'm the president of the Council of Elders here at St. Mary's Center. And with your permission, I'm going to act as your host. So the topic we're going to be talking about today would be the need for affordable housing for low-income seniors. So at this time, I would like to bring on my first guest, Anthony. Hello, Anthony.
How you doing?
I'm great. So could you introduce yourself?
My name is Anthony Madden, and I am 63 years old. I was in a fire at my house, at the house that I was working at, which I worked for the owner, and the heater malfunctioned. And once it malfunctioned, I picked it up and I tried to turn it off. And I actually turned it off, but it kept going. So that's why it was malfunctioning. And I bagged up. My thought was to hurry up and wake the people up that's in the complex. Mm-hmm. So I backed up and I fell, got back up and walked and ran out the door and yelled for everybody to wake up. So that's what I was, basically that's what I was doing. Mm. And it burned the house up. It burned everything up.
Wow, that sounds like a devastating story. Well, since the fire, how hard has it been for you to find housing?
I went to Red Cross and they put me up for about a week. Okay. And then I was after a week, I was in my truck. This is the first time I've been homeless in a long time because I'm a handyman. And usually I get my places through my handyman work services. So I never been unhoused or never slept in the streets or nothing like that. So this was the beginning. Every time I went and worked, and it was good. Right. So right now, I'm at that point where when I got hurt in the fire, I couldn't work no more. And I had about 7 to 8 people that I work for. Right. And they usually call me when they need me. Mm-hmm. But I started not answering my phone calls anymore because I couldn't do it. And I know I couldn't do it for what I was going through, you know. Because my pain in my back and everything else, I couldn't do it,
So I was told that you finally had an opportunity for housing. Tell me about that.
Well, a friend of mine called me and told me the best place to go find a place to stay was at St. Mary's. So I said, okay, how do I get there? What's the address? Once I found out the address, I came every day and sit in front of St. Mary's to set up and wait till I went to the housing clinic and I signed up for mini housing, waiting on something to happen.
So Anthony, once you get your place, how is that going to feel?
Right now, I'm feeling really good right now because it's the first time that I've been in a situation I don't have to trip or worry about anything. I have a place to come to and lay down and relax. So
how important is it to support the bond, the measure for low-income seniors?
It's very important because that's the only way we can see that we have a life. At the age you get, you don't think about what you couldn't do. You think about what you can do now.
Right. Well, Anthony, thank you very, very much for your inspiring story. I don't know about our audience, but it sure inspired me. Hopefully it inspired you too. So thank you again very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with my next guest, Maria. Hello, Maria. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Could you introduce yourself?
I'm Maria Fortes.
Okay, so Maria, why are you experiencing homelessness at this time?
Well, my last apartment, it was unhealthy and unsafe. I was being harassed by the apartment manager who lived directly across from me, and I felt like I was being stalked and ridiculed. I was eventually forced out, and after that, I stayed in my car for a month. Then I found a shelter bed at the Crossroads Emergency Shelter, And finally, I came to St. Mary's, and they offered me a transitional room at Presentation House.
Oh, okay. So tell me, how hard has it been to find permanent housing so far for you?
Very, very hard. I have applied to about 50 waiting lists and in the last year, and I only got close to 2 apartments so far. I need subsidy because most places I've looked at require minimum incomes that are higher than mine. I couldn't find anything that I could afford. And another barrier is that I want to live with my 53-year-old brother who is also disabled and homeless.
Right.
And reluctantly, I had to take him off all my applications so that I could improve my chances, but that really hurt me to have to do that.
Right. So in other words, it sounds to me like you feel like there's definitely a need to build more affordable housing.
Definitely.
And why?
There's a lot of empty space.
Okay.
I feel really upset about the fact that that could be used for housing. Any lot, any building, any office, any mall should be converted. There should be no homeless on the street. And we really need to focus on seniors like my brother and I. We have chronic health issues that were debilitated due to the homelessness.
Right.
And I want to be an advocate and help others in my position. But to do that, I need stable housing so that I can be in that position to help.
Right. So it sounds to me like you've been there, did that, and done that. So you sound like you would be a great advocate for people like St. Mary's and other organizations to help to get this message out there. So,
Definitely.
Right. So do you think it's really important to vote?
Oh, yes. This is my 3rd time being homeless in 10 years. The last one was totally illegal and unnecessary, so have joined the St. Mary's Hope and Justice so that I can help be an advocate, learn more about the issues. And I'm currently not a citizen, but I'm working towards my citizenship, finally, so that I can vote, and especially for the regional bond that will get us more affordable housing.
Well, that is so great. You know, there are a lot of people that's probably looking at us right now and saying, she has a lot to offer, and I want to be just like her when I grow up. You know, so realistically, thank you very much for all of your input. My next 2 guests is going to enlighten us on the housing bond to another whole level. So at this time, could you introduce yourself, Courtney?
Yes, hello, my name is Courtney Welch, and I'm the Advocacy Manager at St. Mary's Center.
And yourself, Ruby?
Hi everyone, my name is Ruby Rodriguez, and I'm the Hope and Justice Organizer at St. Mary's Center.
Well, thank you ladies very much. Okay, Courtney, this is directed to you. Tell us about the housing measurement.
Absolutely. The regional housing bond will be on the November 2024 ballot. Voters will have the opportunity to pass a regional housing bond that will access $10 to $20 billion of affordable housing funding, and it will be able to be utilized over the 9 Bay Area counties. St. Mary's Center is a part of a coalition of organizations that are organizing around the ballot measure, and Ruby has been instrumental in a lot of that organizing work.
Yes, and so the Bay Area Housing for All Coalition, St. Mary's Center has been launching a endorsement campaign as well as voter registration. What should be emphasized is that we are trying to prioritize extremely and very low income housing, which has historically not been prioritized in any campaign.
You know, I think my audience would like to know, if this bond is passed, how many units you think we'll be able to build?
Well, we'll be able to build 45,000 new affordable housing units throughout the region, but it's just not about housing. This will also provide 29,000 jobs annually and will also unlock $38.1 billion that will be able to be leveraged for additional affordable housing.
So basically, this bill won't cost us anything, so how will we pay for it?
Well, it's paid through by property taxes. ranging from $100 to $200 a year annually for property owners. It also could be, some tenants could see it passed down to them, a little bit of amount of it from their property owners as well.
You know, that is so great because, you know, housing is so important to me because housing, by having housing, gave me a foundation to work from to become the guy that I am today. And I am so happy to be a part of trying to advocate to get this passed.
So what about this bond resonates with your personal lived experience?
Yeah, well, it was very important for me to get my housing. I'll never forget it. I was here at St. Mary's Center, and my case manager came to me and said, I got good news for you. They said you can get the apartment because due to my background, unfortunately, they had denied me. But with the help of St. Mary's Center, they agreed to pay double the security deposit for me to get in. And I felt so great. I jumped on the bus because I was here at St. Mary's Center in the winter shelter.
Yeah.
And the apartment I got was in East Oakland. I jumped on the bus and ran over there and just stood outside and looked up at the window and said, I'll be up in there real soon.
Nice.
So that's what it meant to me, really. And I'm sure it's going to mean a lot to whoever's going to get theirs next. And you know what's really important to me is when I sit back here at St. Mary's Center and see other seniors coming in and going through what I went through, and then getting to that point, that is so enjoyable for me to see the joy in their faces when they get their apartment, their keys.
Right.
So that's my thing. Now.
Keith, there was just one thing I wanted to add. Make sure that you're registered to vote at your current address so you'll be able to participate in the elections.
Yes, and you know, thank you for sharing your story. That was such a powerful testimony. And it just comes to show you that, you know, we all have to get involved to make a difference because, you know, there's no other hero but ourselves to make, you know, the kind of impact we want to have in our community. It takes us taking that next step. I want to vote. I want to get involved. I want to get involved in making a difference. So please, for those who are, you know, listening right now, this is your call to learn more about the Baja Coalition, which is the Bay Area Housing for All Coalition. And there will be a link for you to look at our campaign and what we're doing.
Well, thank you ladies very much. Thank you for being on our show. And I would like to also thank my first guests for their inspiring stories. And last but not least, I want to thank our audience for your cooperation and your participation in showing up to help support our new program called Wisdom. Until next time, let peace, harmony, and wisdom be the empire of your life. Peace.